feedback. Like before, I always study my poop. Like it's so you get to learn so much, like the texture, the consistency, how often you go. Like we make it such a taboo, like it's a weird thing, and especially as a girl, oh, we don't fart, we don't poop or whatever. But it's like the best biofeedback. Same with sweat. Like if you stink, like that's feedback that your body is detoxifying and you're full of like crap.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. All right, guys, we got Aggie here, aka your biohacking bestie. Thanks for coming on.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm super into health now, so I'm excited about this one.
Good for you. I'm very happy.
When did you start getting into this biohacking stuff?
I got super sick. I followed the mainstream advice that told you, whatever, like be vegan, eat less fat, avoid butter, Got super sick. And I was like, okay, something's really fishy. What if I do the exact opposite of what the mainstream tells me? Got super healthy. And yeah, got into biohacking. Then I realized it's very much like golf. There aren't many women. So I was like, I want to bring more women in. And that's how I started.
Love it. Yeah. So how long were you vegan?
I was vegan for 8 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. And then people say, oh, you're never really vegan because, if you were vegan, it's an ethical commitment, And then I kind of educated myself that it takes more deaths of animals to produce like wheat, soy, and corn, and the way it's harvested versus, a grass-fed cow. And so I was like, oh, maybe if that argument's out of the window, my body kind of needs it. So I had a piece of like liver and I felt extra strong. And I was like, wow, this is like better than drugs.
Wow. So Liver King inspired you to eat some liver?
I know. It was actually a guy called Weston Price. He was like a scientist from 100 years ago that was like, oh, I'm a little worried that people don't eat liver and women will become infertile if they stop eating organ meat. And sure enough, he was right. So
speaking of being infertile, that seems to be a big thing right now, women and men, right?
100%, yeah.
And is that caused from the diet mainly?
He said that over 100 years ago. He was like, wow, if there is a malnutrition and stress, all species become infertile. And this is exactly what's happening. We're underfed, we like overfed, but malnourished, which is like such a mind so to say. This is like, how can you be, obese but malnourished, and this is what's happening, and we're just we're hungry for nutrients, hungry for energy, and fertile at the same time.
Right, because we're eating so much, but a lot of it's just shit quality. It's like empty calories, they say, right? Fast food.
Yeah, and our body's constantly like, we're sending a signal to our body, hey, like it's not safe to have kids, or like you're in a state of inflammation, or you're too stressed. And it's like, if you're too stressed, you're basically telling your body like it's not safe to have kids. And so it's very common.
Interesting. So you said you got super sick?
Yeah.
What was going on there?
First, I just had low energy, and I was like, oh, everyone has low energy. We make it so normal to like drink coffee every day. I'm like, surely that's like, it's part of being a human. And then my hair started falling out in patches. I had like bald spots, like full on bald spots. My skin was full of acne. I was like actually like genuinely super, super depressed, which I feel like when you say you're depressed, people are like, oh yeah, what's the big deal?
It's normal these days.
Yeah, it's become so normal. But I had like panic attacks and anxiety attacks. I was like, oh my God, I feel so like uncomfortable in my body. And I was just like, well, I don't want to live like this anymore. I just didn't know what to do. And I was like, just can't be diet. I'm doing everything right. I'm drinking the oat milk lattes and kale smoothies. I'm at Erewhon having Hailey Beaver smoothies. I should be super hot and healthy. And sure enough, that's just not what was the case for me.
Wow. I had so much acne in high school, and I would buy like acne washes, but that doesn't do it's all your diet, and they don't teach you that part of it.
Never. They were like, oh, what's the trick for skin? And you buy all of these expensive creams instead of realizing this is like genuine, like so much going on the inside that your body's trying to communicate with you.
Eating fried food. For me, it was like pizza and like bread and pasta. That would make me break out like crazy.
Yeah, I was never told that like, hey, maybe dairy, maybe gluten is part of your acne. Just basically like, oh, you're a teenager, that's normal.
Yeah. What do you think about this raw dairy trend? People drinking raw dairy milk, eating raw cheese. Are you doing that?
Yes.
You are?
I love it.
I saw it at Erewhon. I almost bought it, but I haven't tried it yet.
I the whole idea behind it is that like raw is basically unpasteurized and unhomogenized. So they say like dairy is inflammatory. A lot of doctors would agree like dairy is not really good for you and it's better to eliminate it. You can do like food sensitivity test and find out that dairy is actually just not sitting well with your stomach. That's mostly because the homogenization, which is like a process of processing milk, so it's like even out, so there is no cream on top, and it's absolutely unnecessary. And so that creates inflammation in the body. So raw milk that's unpasteurized and unhomogenized, like you eliminated that problem and it's actually good for you.
I'll try it. I just had Dave Asprey on. I know you had him on your show too.
Dave wrote the forward for my book, actually.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he was saying that a lot of people think they're allergic to milk, but if they have it raw, they can actually drink it.
Yeah, you should try it. It's really good.
Do you drink it plain?
Yeah, it's so good. I know.
I mean, I'll try it. I'm down to try stuff.
Okay, well, the sponsor of the next episode will be the raw milk.
If you're watching this, raw milk company, hit me
Please.
up. What are some other interesting things you eat or drink also?
Yeah, oh my God, I eat algae, like just in a capsule form, but like super nutrient dense. I have a lot of organ meat. I eat a lot of red meat and butter.
You eat butter like plain or?
I add it to my coffee or my matcha.
Butter and coffee, wow. Never thought
it makes it a little creamy, but it's like it makes my skin glowy and I genuinely like it. So I think it's just like maybe alternative for a lot of people because, you know.
And everything they say is bad for you on social media, like butter, meat, is actually good for you, right?
Yeah, well, I don't believe in counting calories. I know that I eat way more calories. It's just like good kind of calories and I'm losing weight versus before I would be counting calories and like it wasn't working for me. So that's like the biggest difference that I'm kind of just like, just said, F it, I'm just doing my own thing and realizing that it's actually working for me so much better.
Have you tested your biological age yet?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, metabolically, I'm 18 and biologically, I'm 31 and I'm 37.
Damn, I thought my results were good. I need to get some lessons from you.
Yeah, I'm biohacking.
Yeah, I got, so I'm 27, but my biological age was 21.
Oh, wow.
So it was decent.
That is so good.
Well, yours is way better.
No, well, my metabolical age is 18, but my biological is 31, so 37. So we're kind of the same.
Yeah. No, you got like 13 years off. I got 6. I mean, still good, but I need to work on it. I think it's diet for me. I eat out so much. I love restaurants. That's my one
So in my book, I basically say that I love being a biohacker. And for example, Dave is such a good example. There are these amazing humans in the...
Amazing humans.
Amazing humans in the industry. And they do like Ben Greenfield and Brian Johnson, and they're like absolutely crushing. And I'm like, that's just not me because I love going out. I love traveling. So I was just like, 80% of the time I'm a biohacker and 20% I'm a bioslacker. So essentially just going out, enjoying my life and realizing like, sure, I can reverse my biological age another 2 or 3 years, but like, what's the point if you're not living during that time? So I totally go out, which is my plan after this interview. And
I like that. You're a realistic biohacker, right?
Yeah.
So you're having a drink?
Yeah. I mean, alcohol not so much, but like other things by any means. Yeah.
So wait, what? Like psychedelics? What are we talking about?
Yeah, like psychedelics are definitely,
I wouldn't say that's unhealthy. I mean, I feel like it expands your mind, you know?
100%. So that, and just like eating chocolate, eating fries or whatever, like I think I live a normal life and it's like an 80-20 versus I think everyone in the biohacking community is very strict and very good about their diet and being perfect and It's just not me because I'm like, eh.
I mean, Brian Johnson sleeps at the same time, wakes up at the same time every single day.
Yeah, that's
He's scoring 100 on his Aura ring. It's extreme.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm like the lazy version of Brian Johnson. I'm like, yeah, it's all good, but you know, we also have a normal life, so.
Yeah, that's cool. What about weed? You smoke weed?
I used to, but not so much anymore. Sometimes I have it before, like when I travel and I can't fall asleep, I would have like a little bit, but it's not my drug of choice. I don't think I was born to have weed.
Yeah. What about Western medicine? Any prescriptions?
No, so I haven't had traditional Western medicine, whether it's, you know, birth control, whatever, for years. And, you know, if anything happens and I have an accident, I'll be the first person in the hospital. So I'm not just against Western medicine. I just think they're just like managing disease and not managing health, right? So as long as I'm healthy, like I'm not gonna go to a traditional doctor.
Yeah, they don't prevent, right? They just treat the...
Yeah. Well, and I think the biggest thing is like most doctors I've been to, and I can't speak for every single doctor, you know, in the country, they don't really see the connection. They don't see the connection between your skin, your gut, you know, your stress levels, like how your gut is doing, how often do you poop? Like no one asks you this when you say you have like, I have skin issues, right?
Yeah. When you have skin issues, people don't even address what's causing it, right? And a lot of times it's gut. Are you interested in coming on the Digital Social Hour podcast as a guest? Well, click the application link below in the description of this video. We are always looking for cool stories, cool entrepreneurs to talk to about business and life. Click the application link below, and here's the episode, guys.
100%. And it's like, or even like how often you go to the bathroom, that's a good indication of how healthy your gut is.
So that being said, what's the amount of times per day you recommend?
I mean, they say ideally you want to go as often as many meals you have.
Okay.
And the transit time, so like the motility, it's like, they say to have a little bit of sesame seeds, you eat it like for dinner time and see how long it takes for you to see it in your poop.
Why sesame seeds?
Because you'll be able to see it.
Oh, okay.
And so anything between 16 hours to like 18 hours is good. But if you don't see it for 2 days, it's like, oh, can you imagine it's all like brewing in there?
Damn. Yeah, I'm not really looking at my poop, but...
Oh, it's like the best feedback. Like before, I always study my poop. Like it's so, you get to learn so much, like the texture, the consistency, how often you go. Like we make it such a taboo, like it's a weird thing. And especially as a girl, oh, we don't fart, we don't poop or whatever. But it's like the best biofeedback. Same with sweat. Like if you stink, like that's feedback that your body is detoxifying and you're full of like crap, right?
Some people's sweat smells so bad in the sauna when I'm at Lifetime. It's like you gotta leave the room. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. So those people are probably dealing with some health issues.
Yeah, and it's a sign for you also, like if you're mating, if a woman is like not smelling very well, it's like, oh, she's perhaps not very healthy or she's detoxifying, right? Because we're like, an average woman is exposed to 168 chemicals a day. So we eat like a size of a credit card of plastic every week as humans. So imagine like for your body to get rid of it, obviously it's going to stink.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is just to like support your body in that process and obviously through gut and whatnot. But yeah, like we're all, you know, interacting with each other, right? Like your smell, like you're probably not aware of my smell, but it's all the pheromones and how attractive we find each other is also based on the smell we're oozing, you know.
Wow.
So whether I'm ovulating or I'm not, you can pick up on all of that subconsciously.
So if you're a healthy dude, women will just smell you and find you attractive.
100%, yeah. And so because we put all of these deodorants that are full of chemicals, like we can never tell, like, and so like I stopped using deodorant years ago, and now I'm like super sensitive to people's smells, and I can immediately tell if someone's using too much perfume, I'm like, oh, that's like so unattractive. Like I really want to smell you to know how. Yeah, like I find natural smell to be way like more attractive.
I don't know if that's possible for guys because guys sweat more. You think?
But like you just have to be healthier.
Wow. I mean, I'll try it, I guess. I use deodorant every day, to be honest, but it's all natural.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
So it's not even like, you know, you don't want to do aluminum. It's just like, I still use deodorant every now and then, but like, you want to be able to, like, if you're healthy, like, you want to like send that signal out to, you know, to the environment.
Right. Wow. What about like shampoo, body wash, soap? Do you use any of that?
I do. There is an app called Yuka that you can scan a barcode of every single shampoo at Sephora or Target or Whole Foods, and it tells you if it's good for you or not. So if it's toxic, and sometimes all of these healthy brands that you feel like, oh my God, that's such a healthy brand, then you scan it and it's like, you know, carcinogenic.
Yeah.
So that's a really good app that I never shop without, you know.
Wow. Yuka, Yuka.
Yes.
I got to get that. Yeah, I'm a big shopper. What about like, you know that brand Native?
No.
Oh, it's like a shampoo, conditioner, and they make a bunch of stuff. I think it's healthy, but I'm going to use that app on it.
Yeah, take a look. And like, obviously, like some of the shampoos, like they don't have to be all natural because sometimes all natural stuff like doesn't work.
Yeah.
Some good brands out there actually pass like the Yuka test and they score like 100% excellent. So it doesn't have to be some like weird alternative Whole Foods brand. It could be just like a normal brand that cares.
Yeah.
You know?
What other health apps you use? There's Seed Oil Scout, which I use. I love that one.
Yeah. How good is the app?
So good. I mean, I used to eat Chipotle daily, but I had to cut that out. I used to eat Chick-fil-A a lot, but seed oils and that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big one. So I live between LA and Bali, and in Bali they put it right there on the menu. Like, hey, we use coconut oil, we use butter, we use ghee. Like, they pride themselves in the way the food is made. And I think in the US it's kind of just like, it doesn't matter as long as your food is there.
No,
you know?
you have to literally ask the chef what's in it.
Yeah, and
They
then
won't
when you
tell
ask, you're the difficult one. You're like,
oh yeah, they hate it.
yeah, I always say I'm allergic to.
And they hate that too.
Yeah, they're like, what do you mean you're allergic to like sunflower? I'm like, yeah, it's a big allergy. And they're like, she's really with us, but there's nothing we can do. Like,
Well, yeah, they hate it because there's viral TikToks about that's how you get ghee or butter used in your meals.
Yeah.
So people are taking advantage of it, but
I think we have to. It's like you have the right as a customer to choose like one of the most important ingredients of your meal.
yeah,
just
because
how
the
it's
seed
prepared.
oils are terrible for you, right?
Yeah, I actually write about it in my book, and it's kind of crazy. Like, we don't have time for this, but if you want to just understand the history of seed oils and how it was a byproduct of making cotton, and they didn't know what to do with it. They thought, okay, we're gonna make soap out of it, and they're like, oh, actually, we can cook with it. But the whole process is just like super toxic, and yeah.
Yeah, I was on your YouTube. There's a few videos I want to talk about. One of them was not eating sugar for 14 days.
Yeah.
What happened when you did that?
What happened? I'm like, oh my God, I grew a third leg. No. I was miserable and nothing changed. No, okay. Sugar is a funny thing. It's addictive, right? It's like one of these drugs that we normalize. When I said like, oh, I do psychedelics every now and then, people probably are just watching and like, oh my God, she's a drug addict. But yet that very same person probably having chocolate or sugar or a Starbucks latte, and they think they're normal and I'm not, which is the irony, right? Like, it's the most normalized drug on the planet. I find that like there's two ways of getting rid of sugar from your diet. You can do the short way, the short, which is 14 days. You basically starve all the bacteria that are making you crave some more sugar. You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna see improvement in your skin and your energy. It's gonna suck, right? It's really hard to go without sugar.
Right.
Or you can just eat food in the right order and slowly but surely like have sugar as a dessert, which is also another way of like managing your glucose spikes, which basically means that after 2 or 3 weeks, you'll crave sugar much, much less. And that way of, having sugar as a dessert, not as a snack, can actually have like a similar impact on your blood sugar levels.
Yeah. So did you cut fruit sugars, like all sugars, even the natural
For that
ones?
14 days, yes, I did.
Dang, I love fruit.
I have fruit every day. So like,
Same.
it's not something that I would do. That was just like an experiment. And sure, like it's a life without sugar is amazing from one hand, because you feel like, wow, like the more I have it, the more I crave it. But at the same time, I'm like, I love fruit.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I love sugar.
Love me some strawberries. You eat those yellow kiwis ever? The
No.
golden kiwis? What? Oh my God.
I don't think I've had one before.
So good. I mean, it's probably modified because it's a yellow
Yeah,
kiwi, but
yeah.
there's some fruit that I just can't get.
Is it like an Erewhon thing or?
Probably. I just went to Erewhon yesterday. I love it there.
All right.
I don't
well.
live here, so we don't have
Oh,
those in Vegas.
yeah.
I mean, I spent like $100 on like 2 meals, but
Yeah.
was
That's the
good.
funny thing with Erewhon. You go for one thing and you just leave $100 less. I'm like,
yeah.
how's
I mean, it's
possible?
easy to spend 100 there.
Yeah.
You
You
don't
should
need-
have Erewhon sponsor the show.
Yo, if you're watching this, Erewhon, I am so down. You also made a video building a house in Bali. That sounds interesting. So you built your own house there?
Yes, so we live between LA and Bali. So Bali is definitely like the access to clean water, clean food, low EMF, just like super beautiful. And I spent 6 months of my time in Bali and then 6 months in LA, just complete different worlds.
Dang. Like 6
should come
months.
visit.
I'm down. I've never been. I heard people get sick there though.
Yeah, you get Bali belly, but that's just part of the game.
So you got to be there for a while then, because if you're dealing with that for a week.
Yeah, or just be very careful. So like, don't have raw fish, try not to. The funny thing is when you travel, you never want to have a salad because usually raw vegetables are clean in the local water, which you're not used to. So as long as you're sticking to like meat or cooked vegetables, you'll be fine.
Wow, I never even thought about that with salads. Yeah, they're washed in the tap water, and the tap water is terrible for
Yeah,
you.
so you never want to have a salad when you travel.
Wow. And I love salads, but that's something I'm going to keep my eye on now.
Yeah.
Even like getting coffee or like drinks where they use the tap water.
Yeah, well, it's not as bad, but I think definitely like every time I got sick in Bali, it was from having a salad or raw fish. I'm like, I kind of asked for it, so.
That's cool. No tax over there?
I mean, there is, yeah, of course.
You think? Or?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
'Cause I know some countries don't have it, you know?
No, Bali does have taxes. It's a challenging system. You really have to have a local support you throughout the whole process because it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, you used to travel a lot. I want to dive into that too. How many countries have you been to? Do you even know?
95.
Damn.
Yeah.
95.
So I travel 310 days out of a year.
That's
so it's
too much.
50 days.
Isn't that stressful at that point?
I mean, I didn't know any different. It's kind of like you're used to it. So
Yeah.
I personally loved it. Now, obviously, I like being home more because I just see like, you know, a 7-hour flight isn't equal to an X-ray. So it's like the radiation from being on a plane. And I feel like it's slowly catching up with me. But I just love learning different cultures and like people just do things so differently and just teaches you so much humility. So I love it.
Wait, 7-hour flight is equivalent of an X-ray. So there's radiations on the plane?
I mean, because you go high up, right? So the radiation.
From the sun, you're
Yeah.
saying? What if the windows are closed?
I don't know exact details of that, but like definitely when you have a window seat, I would always use like a sunscreen or something.
Damn, I used to love window seats.
I love
I'm
window
gonna
seat
start sitting
too.
aisle then, because.
But I always take the window seat on the left, and my entire side of my face is like has freckles, and the other one doesn't.
Whoa, that's crazy. That
Yeah.
sounds like a lawsuit. I mean, for real, like,
Like you want to? Let's yeah.
getting freckles
Against
on my
the sun
because of your
Yeah.
airplane. Jeez. What were your favorite countries out of those 95?
Philippines. I love Philippines. Obviously, I love Indonesia, Bali. I love Namibia in Africa. I love Brazil, Australia. Yeah.
And you were getting paid too. That's the crazy part to me.
Yeah.
So these hotels were covering your flight, covering your meals. and you were
That
just-
was good time. So I used to work, me and my fiance, but it's how we met. But we worked with like the best hotels in the world, like in Maldives and all of these incredible like countries, and they would just fly us to stay and post some stories. So we're like the OG travel influencers 10 years ago, and life was good. It was like it makes you a little spoiled when
Yeah.
you get everything for free all the time, and it's always 5 stars.
Yeah, teach me some tricks. I'm out here paying $500 a night at Four Seasons, and it's a shit room, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing. It's just like I don't do it anymore, but I can definitely like with your influence, I for sure would imagine that they would work with you.
Well, now I see so many people doing it. I don't even know if it works because there's people teaching it and selling it now.
I know, and it's so interesting because it's like, given that how many people are trying to do it now, and like I see influencers or my friends of mine like, I can teach you how to get paid with like 5,000 followers to stay at Four Seasons for free and get paid. I'm like, it's not going to happen, but. It's just fun. It makes me sad that they're feeding this false dream because
Yeah,
I just know
super
these
false.
hotels and they wouldn't do that. But it's really like people that get to stay for free at like the best hotels are just really like a handful.
Yeah. So what do you think you need? Like at least 100K followers?
Yeah, or be a really good photographer and create really good quality content for the hotel.
That makes
But then at that point, when you just calculate, okay, I'm getting a $2,000 room for 2 days, but I need to deliver 70 photos, you're like, I'm getting paid like $20 an hour. I might as well go to Starbucks.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it if I had to take a bunch of photos and videos,
Yeah.
honestly. That sounds like a job at that point.
Yeah,
70
that's the thing.
photos. Are you big on these parasite cleanses? I just took one a few months ago.
How was it?
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
literally
What
almost-
came out of you?
Crazy story, actually. So John Sally, shout out to John. He was an NBA player. He has this parasite cleanse that has actually cured stage 4 colon cancer in some patients.
Wow.
It's that strong. And I took it because I was feeling weird. I eat a lot
Is
of
it
raw
supplements?
fish. No, it's like all powder. You just put
Wow.
it in water. It's all natural herbs though, nothing like fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a good idea. I film twice a week in Vegas. So I thought it was a good idea to take it before my episode. Dude, I almost my pants. Like, it was so bad. I felt bad for the guest. It was so bad.
You were like, I'm sorry, can I just leave for one moment?
Yeah, you got to be by a toilet for like a week if you're on those.
No way.
Yeah. Is that how you felt on yours?
No, I mean, I did just slightly different method. I haven't done like a proper like cleanse like you did.
Yeah.
But the way I rebuilt my gut was I did a 21-day fast.
21-day fast. Mm-hmm. Damn.
I had electrolytes, so it wasn't just like water. It was electrolytes, and by like you're miserable for 7 days, but day 14, like you're not like hungry anymore. And I'm being careful saying that because, you know, people are like, oh, she's promoting starvation and whatever. But it's a very spiritual experience. I had so many gut issues. I felt incredible. The last 7 days, I was a superhuman, but it just felt like you're in a constant state of meditation.
That is cool. So how many pounds did you lose?
Oh, a lot. I lost my period, which was the worst.
You lost your period? What do you mean?
Because when you like, as a woman, when you don't eat enough food, you lose your period. So this is like, it's our 5th vital sign. So like you guys, if you have a diet, like maybe you get acne, maybe you have low energy, but you'll never know. For a woman, if I lose my period, that's a sign that my diet's off or my stress levels are too high. So you see a lot of fitness trainers who are like, oh, this is the best diet ever. Like, follow my meal plan. Oh, and by the way, I didn't have a period for 10 years. And you're like, wait, isn't that like a really important part of your diet being actually healthy or not? Because that's what I would think. So, or like they have PMS or this and that. So it's really interesting how like we don't really talk about it because it's just like, I guess not enough awareness, or women are too embarrassed to talk about their periods. But for me, that wasn't enough food. And I don't think any sort of fast is worth losing your period. It's like,
wow. So you've never gotten it since?
No, I did. I got it back. I started eating again. But
dang.
But that was the only time in my life where I lost my period. I was just like, oh.
That's scary. Yeah, I know girls that get their period late, and I always wondered if that was like stress related or diet related.
Oh, all of it.
Some of them miss a whole month.
Yeah.
And they're not pregnant. So it's like, wow, what's causing that?
Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but from what I see from research out there, it's like any sort of like inconsistency in period is due to just like, you know, diet and lifestyle and stress levels. And I even started working with this amazing supplements. He's the best, Sean Wells. I don't know if you had him on the show.
I haven't had him, but I know him.
You should have him. He's amazing. He's just so smart. You're just going to be sitting there like, wow, wow. And so I gave Sean a challenge. I was like, I'll give you all of my life savings. Can you create a supplement for women to get regular periods? And he's like, I'll do it. And he did it. So we're just been working on it for a while. So
wow.
Yeah.
Is it like an all natural supplement?
Yeah. And every day take a different formula. So
cool. So that might take over birth control because that's a hot topic right now.
I mean, that's our plan, but we're not, according to our lawyers, we're not supposed to say that, but it's,
I said it, so you're good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. When you said it's fine.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out on it. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, that was like our biggest goal was to go against it and like give women an alternative, because we're now like, it's kind of gaslighting to tell women get off birth control, it's so unhealthy. I'm like, yeah, but what's the solution? What's the plan? You know, what am I supposed to do? You know, for a lot of women, like you said, they don't have regular periods, they don't have supportive partners, they don't know what day is their ovulation, so of course they're going to feel like they're going to get pregnant. And it's like, that's not a solution for a 21-year-old woman who's trying to like focus on her career. So
absolutely. Anything you want to close off with or promote? I know you got your book.
Yeah, so book Biohack Like a Woman is just coming out on Audible, so you should check it out.
Thanks for coming on, Aggie. It means a lot. Thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I'll see you tomorrow.